and let's just pick up where we left off. Now, one thing I actually want to try with Rinwell is combining different spells, because I said I was going to, and then I never actually got to it. I'm going to try and combine different spells like 3 times and see if that works. I was thinking about that. Oh yeah, we went here, and I don't know what was here. Oh, that was the main gate, so let's just try and do that. Right. So let's do air thrust. Oh, that does work because they've got 3 of them. So, can I do spread now? Oh, that's the long cast. What's going on? Maelstrom. Okay, that's good. So can I do spread? And then do Thunderblade. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, so it does work. Okay.
This is barely target practice. Then why?
That's really cool.
Bother fighting them? Because I.
Hello, Sai. How are you? Oh. Okay, so this is where we need to be.
Hey, Rinwell.
What are you doing here? If the Snake Eyes spot you here, they'll.
So you did make it back alive. Man, am I glad to see you safe.
Barely. When we all got separated, I thought.
They're fine. They all got back in one piece. Well, Azugul took a bite out of 2 of our guys, but what matters is you're safe. So, you gonna introduce me?
Meet Alphen and Xion. I brought them with me from Calaglia.
Just being a sweat in ranked?
Wait, this is it? Just the 2 of them? Where's the rest?
Well, it's kind of a long story. It's best if I fill everyone in at once.
Your call, Rinwell. But everyone will be dying to know. We better get back as soon as we can. Use this passage whenever you need to go in or out of the city. Stay away from the front gate, whatever you do.
I haven't played Street Fighter V in quite a while. I probably won't be picking it up though, just because I'm so into Tales of Arise. And then there's other games I want to play as well. So I probably will, like, casually play it. I'll try. Okay, so this is where we need to go, but we're not. There might, maybe, I don't know. I have to be honest, I do feel the urge to play some Street Fighter V. I am missing my girl Rose. But with work being so busy, I only really have about an hour a day after work, except for weekends. So it'll probably be a weekend stream if I do play Street Fighter V. We'll see.
This will be a delicious piece of cake. Glacial spear. In here. Here, never miss. In here.
Let's do Thunderblade and see if we get a new spell. No. So that's nothing new. Let's try to do Thunderblade and spread. No, that didn't work. Rose wife, absolutely. I just can't wait for Street Fighter 6, honestly.
Let's move.
I think Street Fighter 5 is great, but I'm ready to move on. I think a lot of Street Fighter fans are as well. Right, let's try and do Thunder and Air Thrust. Nope, doesn't work. So, let's do Thunder. Thunder. And then maybe Air Thrust? No. Doesn't work. Maybe Thunder and Spread? I don't know, I'm trying to learn different combinations.
This is barely target practice. Then why bother fighting them? Because I certainly won't run away from a battle.
I need to eat food. I'm almost out. Oh wait, there's an owl there. I think looks owl-like. But I want to combine more spells. I'm going to try and... So I know 3 winds give you Cyclone. Let's try doing 3 lightnings.
I won't forgive you. They're surrounding us.
I can't wait for Street Fighter 6, but I'm scared the jury won't be in. Well...
These ones can run rings around us.
Divine Saber? Oh, that's cool! I think Jury has a high chance of... I think Jury will definitely be in. If not launch roster, she'll definitely be DLC. She's too popular. Way too popular. I don't... Like I said, she might not make it a launch, but she'll be in Street Fighter 6. I put real money on it that she'll be in Street Fighter 6. I think Laura as well will have a good chance of being in Street Fighter 6. Owl. Wolf tail.
Looks like we've spotted one of Hoodle's friends.
I'm just trying to think. I'll go speak with the jury club. No, she'll be in at some point, if not launch.
Let's dispose of the trash.
Right, let's do 3 spreads.
In here. This'll come in handy. This one's mine. In here.
Right, 3 spreads. Tidal wave.
Do it.
Oh. Oh, combining spells is so fun.
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Yes, we will boycott Street Fighter 6 if she isn't at launch. I like Jury. I mean, I used to use her quite a bit in Street Fighter 4. I'll be honest, I don't particularly like her Street Fighter 5 rendition. But a lot of people do, which is fair enough. But she's stupid. Like, if you think about Street Fighter 6 will eventually have to have representation from each Street Fighter 5. That's from each Street Fighter game, right? So if you pick sort of the most popular characters from Street Fighter 4, if I assume they have like 3 Street Fighter 4 reps, C. Viper is definitely going to be at launch. There is no way that she's not going to make Street Fighter 6. She's extremely popular. She skipped entirely Street Fighter 5. She's going to be in Street Fighter 6, and I think she's going to be a launch character. So C. Viper's definitely in. Abel, I don't think is going to be in at all. Like, who the fuck is he? Like, no one cares about Abel. Rufus as well, Elfwit as well. So I think Jury and Viper are quite safe in Street Fighter 6. From Street Fighter Alpha, Rose is going to be a launch character just because of the story. She's central to the story, so I'd be very surprised if she isn't. I think Karina and Mika maybe, but they're going to be DLC because they've already made launch in Street Fighter 5.
I won't forgive you. Raging Cascade.
So wait, I did spread.
Let's get you all tucked away. Feel.
Is it air thrust that I did?
Air thrust. Too much to handle.
There is literally no way in here that she isn't in launch because Viper was on Rose's freaking tarot cards in her. Yes. And I like Viper a lot actually. So I'm glad she's going to be a launch character. She'll definitely be someone I'll explore.
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
I think from Street Fighter 3, I think Makoto is going to be in as well at some point. Again, she's highly requested and she missed Street Fighter 5 entirely. Elena, I think, will also be in. I hope she's in because Elena's one of my favorite characters. I love her playstyle and aesthetics. So I hope Elena makes it in. But I think Makoto has a higher chance than Elena. Elena's not... I think she's popular, but not like as much as Makoto is.
Little help.
I'm just going to try and save all the 3 elements and see what happens. No, that didn't work. I did a cool spell, but I can't remember what it was now. I think it was Thunder, Thunder, and maybe Air Thrust? No, it wasn't. There was something with long activation. I'll be honest, I never really saw the fascination with Makoto, honestly. I find her incredibly bland. Her moveset is incredibly boring. I don't see the fascination with her at all, but that's, again, personal opinion and subjective. But she's quite popular. So, I guess, you know, whatever floats everyone's boat. Well, Makoto doesn't have boobs. I mean, Eleanor's quite flat-chested as well, but at least Eleanor's, like, more grown up than Makoto. Makoto's literally a child. What? Well, I am literally going to be Googling Makoto, but not Makoto's boobs, obviously, because I think something else will pop up in the search engine, so... Street Fighter 3. Makoto. No, I wouldn't say she's very well endowed. I mean, you can see them in the Street Fighter 3 sprite, but no, I don't think that's why people are attracted to Makoto, because that would just be wrong. I think, you know what the problem with Makoto is? I think people want her just for the sake of wanting her. But very few people actually end up using her.
Is the blazing sword okay?
A little water's not going to hurt it.
This is pretty. I'm hearing things. Oh. I need a fire spell, and I can't remember what... I did a really powerful spell, but I can't remember what it was. I think it was wind, and something. Maybe spread? Yes, wind, spread, okay. The jiggle physics. What, in Street Fighter 4?
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Nice.
Seems about right to me.
I think you've been paying too much attention, Sai, to Makoto's jiggle physics. Especially since you haven't played Street Fighter 4, I'm assuming, in a long while, because you've been into Street Fighter 5. That worries me slightly. Right, I think that's pretty much it for this area, so let's carry on. Oh, you've played it recently, okay. I just thought you played Street Fighter 5 at the moment. I'm not gonna lie, I miss Street Fighter 4. I think Street Fighter 4 is a better game than Street Fighter 5. I've invested a lot more time in Street Fighter 4. Yeah, I'm a bit of a Street Fighter 4 fanboy. Secret access route. An underground passage that connects to the back streets of Cisloden. Wait, what's the other quest? Oh, it's discover a few owls.
Do the Renans not know about this secret route of yours?
Cisloden's an old city. It's littered with pathways that people have long forgotten. But keep your voice down. We don't know how long this route will stay hidden.
Secret leads directly from the Nibiru Serpent to inside Cisloden. It's an underground passage that even the Snake Eyes forgot about. There's an Art Deco in there, so try not to touch it. I kind of like that they made Street Fighter easy for new people. Yes, my problem with Street Fighter 5 is not that they made it easy for new people, because I'm all for accessibility. My problem is that they've homogenized the characters, and what I mean by that is there is no longer, like, characters don't have extreme weaknesses and strengths. They don't have distinct play styles like in Street Fighter 4. Like in Street Fighter 4, you had, Rose, you had, Ryu and Guile, they were zoners, right? They were really good at zoning, but they were really weak defense-wise. You had those extremes. with universal mechanics, especially universal defense mechanics like V shift and V reversal, which is the same pretty much for everybody. I mean, there are slight variations, but in general, it functions in exactly the same way. It's taken away the uniqueness from characters. So instead of designing unique mechanics for each character and giving them unique moves, they've basically just bastardized it and homogenized it by giving everyone the same mechanic. Again, it is to make it more accessible, but it just feels homogenized. I don't know. It does feel more balanced. I do think Street Fighter 4 had a lot of like 7-3 matchups, which felt bad when you were at the wrong end of the stick. But the cast was, I think, a lot more unique and a lot more fun, and there were distinct playstyles that you can pick. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I miss from Street Fighter 4. I also like the focus attack dash cancel, even though that was a universal mechanic. But what I really liked about it was that you can use it defensively or offensively at the same time, depending on the situation. I used it more offensively. I was quite an offensive Rose player. That's the other thing. I think you can put your identity in play styles in Street Fighter 4 more, whereas everyone plays the character the same way in Street Fighter 5. There's very little diversity, unless obviously you pick different V trigger and V reversal. But even then, it's V trigger and V skill. But I don't know. I thought Street Fighter 4. I think Street Fighter 4 overall is the better game. I think Street Fighter 5 is definitely more accessible for newer players to a fighting game genre, which is good. But I do hope that Street Fighter 6 goes more towards the funky, more fun, but slightly less balanced approach. That's just my personal hope. Hell yeah, gotta love milk in a random dungeon. The other thing I hope that they do is... I forgot what I was going to say. One thing I liked from Mortal Kombat is the variation system where you basically have like points and you can pick certain moves. I hope they don't do exactly that, but I hope to do something similar. Because I like the idea of customizing my character, and sort of putting my own playstyle in a character. So, for example, you can pick certain moves that you can play. If you like to play a rushdown style, you can play a rushdown Rose, or you can play a more zoning Rose. So, for example, you can pick moves that make her soul spark faster, or give her just traits. It doesn't have to be a new skill. It could be traits. Soul spark has faster recovery in exchange for less damage, or something like that. And I think that would be really useful. Mortal Kombat did it quite good, where you can pick moves instead, and you can sort of pick your playstyle. Jury, yeah, I think the problem with Jury and a lot of cinematics is that Capcom Jury came out at a time, I think she came out season 1, didn't she, or season 2, and there were budget problems with Capcom and Street Fighter 5. Jury. I do think they've really skimped on the animation. I don't think there's any excuse for that. I really did. It's like a special move. They should have done a better job with that. That's very disappointing. It's the same with Urien. Urien's super was really bare bones. Bit of a pity. But yeah, I hope Street Fighter 6 sort of takes what Street Fighter 4 and 5 did well. But I also hope they don't go towards the esport route, because Street Fighter 5 was very esport focused, and that's why it was so homogenized with the mechanics and balance. I hope they sort of think about the masses more rather than the pros, because when you try and make a game too balanced, it becomes bland, right? And actually, if you think about Street Fighter 5, the cast is very similar. Like, everyone's got V reversal, everyone's got V shift, everyone's got some way to close in the gap, everyone's got, similar normals. I don't know, it just feels too samey. I guess that's why I really like Rose, because I think she's very unique with her soul punish. There's no character that really... I'm bland. Well, maybe, but that's probably why I'm looking for something less bland then, so there we go. I ain't bland, I'm as sweet as fuck. And you know that, Sai. I will not debate that. Yay, Snowy Town. You know who's bland as fuck? Laura.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
It's right, Si, I'm ignoring that comment because I'm focusing on the incredibly cute owl. Welcome to Sisterden. You should hurry on in before anyone notices you. Also, watch what you say around people, you'll quickly regret it. Right, where is the owl? Yep.
So this is Sisladen, capital city of Cyslodia.
Be careful. You never know where Snake Eyes or their informants are lurking.
Don't talk to anybody, don't stop for anything along the way, anything at all, got
You're
it?
basically walking into a Zoogl's den here.
So, Hootle started to get excited. Wait, I'm confused. What's going on? There's a passage here according to this little thing. I guess not. I guess we have to maybe jump from above. Yeah. Right. I want to check something. Arts. Oh, I want to try some toxicity. It's funny because it's true. Well, to each their own taste. You're still watching me. I'm sure you could watch Ninja and, you know, all those other extremely exciting streamers that, you know, are on constant Adderall or whatever drug they take, and everyone finds them exciting. But there are some streamers I like. I like Asmongold. I think he's quite entertaining. I can't stand Ninja. I watch Ninja. I just find him incredibly obnoxious and annoying. She has amazing combos. She does. What are the streamers? I'm trying to think. I'm watching Asmongold at the moment. I think Asmongold is a good entertainer. I think he's quite smart in the sense that he knows how to keep an audience. Yeah, Ninja's I just find him incredibly obnoxious. I was watching him at the height of Fortnite, you know, when he was really, really famous then. And I really actually took personal to his attitude against certain players. Like, I didn't like the fact he tried to cancel. I'm very much against cancel culture anyway. I don't agree with it. But I didn't like the fact that he thought that every time someone beat him, they were stream snipers and cheating, and he actually called Epic. This was on stream. He called Epic's employees to get them banned. And I think, dude, seriously, is that the example? Like, a lot of the people that watch him are children. Is that the example you want to give? I didn't like that. I stopped watching him after that. I just find him really obnoxious, really rude, and just... I think he thought too much of himself. Wait, he just thinks too much of himself. I don't like it. I didn't like him at all. Oh, well, you're a little snitch. Wow, what a cow. Well, I'm going to tell on you for bartering. Bloody corruption.
There are shops here?
On a
Oh,
permit
fast travel.
basis. As long as people don't get reported on and sent to work the floodlights, economic activity is allowed here.
All this talk about reports and permits. This place really is different from Calaglia.
I think Ninja... I think the thing with Ninja is I can't really comment on his sort of personal life. I don't know the guy personally, but I think there were times when he was very stressed, very, very stressed, and it's understandable when you grow to that level and you're at the height of his, at the peak of his fame, he was really an international figure. Like, I think the pressure must have been absolutely immense, and when everything depends on your skill, and you know every single match, the performance of every single match is incredibly critical to your viewership and stuff. You see, I don't have to worry about that. I don't, this is the good thing about being an absolute nobody. You don't have to worry about that. You can just do what you want and not give a shit. But when you're at that level, it does get to your head. Wait, is that an owl that just had a mini orgasm? Well, I'm telling on you for not letting me through. Oh, Hootle is here. Where's the owl? Oh, there it is. Sunglasses. That's actually quite nice.
Looks like we've spotted one of Hootle's friends.
But yeah, Asmongold I never really liked Seaside this way. You don't have viewers because you say the weirdest shit. I say the weirdest shit. I thought I was bland, and now I say the weirdest shit. That's an oxymoron right there. Make up your mind. Oh, we found an owl. It's okay. Everything's fine. I'm not slacking off, I swear. I'll get back to work, okay? Yeah. You literally said that... Was that a owl having a mini orgasm? Yeah. You don't get bland people coming up with stuff like that. You have to have a few screws loose in your head. But seriously though, I would not want to become a big streamer. I just don't... It would be nice to have a few more viewers. I think the peak of my stream, fun enough, was my Kingdom Hearts era. And I think the most viewers I had at one time was about 20, 25, and that was phenomenal. It was really electric, because just where I was playing and, everyone was involved. But it was a nice number, because you didn't have too many people that you couldn't keep up with chat. And it was just enough that everyone got excited and into the stream. That was really good. But that was... If I had stuck with Kingdom Hearts, I would have built up a bigger viewership, but I'm a variety streamer. I just play what I want. Did you watch my Kingdom... I don't think you watched me that far back. That was years ago. I do miss quite a few... I still remember some of few people that watch me.
Rinwell!
Regan!
Shh! It's good to see you. Who's this?
They're with me.
Sounds fruity. It
If
was.
you say so. Come on, Menek's waiting. We can talk in there.
It was fun. I really enjoyed that. That was the peak of my streaming, Kingdom Hearts.
The name's Menek, leader of the Silver Swords.
And he's got silver hair! I get
To
it!
you all, but if my eyes don't deceive me, you appear to have a Renin in your midst. If she is your prisoner, that's a rather loose leash you have her on.
Oh,
She's
kinky.
not a prisoner.
So why do I get the feeling there's a rat about the house? No offense intended. See, I've grown comfortable with the likely outcome I'll be stabbed in the back. But stabbed in the front?
We risked our lives just to get here, sir. If you want to send her away, fine. But you'll lose me too.
Love at first sight. Well, after 10 hours.
I see. Trust is in about as short supply as light around these parts, and mine more than anyone's. But I'll choose to believe you. Forgive my manners. You must be tired after such an arduous journey.
I'm not obnoxious.
But to business. We need your strength.
If I was, I'd have a lot more
Snake Eyes
viewers.
grip on the city tightens
Let's
by
put
the
it that
day.
way. I need to try
People are
harder.
suffocating out there. Hence the scouts I sent to find help. We're at the end of our tether here.
That's why we're here, to help. We've got the firepower to do it, too. But first, we've got some urgent business to take care of.
Yes, I need to learn more spells with Rinwell. That's what needs to happen.
I see. So your leader is in need of rescuing.
That's right, I need to be high on opioids and God knows what else.
Right. It's coming to our aid that got you into this mess in the first place. You can count on us. Just as long as you help us with our problem afterwards. If he's been arrested by the Snake Eyes, as you say, then there's a good chance he's being interrogated over at their headquarters. Either that, or he's being put to work over at the Floodlights. First priority is finding out where he is. If you're planning on tagging along, Rinwell will show you the way. Just make sure to keep a low profile. Remember, it's not just the Snake Eyes. Hostiles lurk among the villagers, too. This leader of yours, he must be quite the inspiration.
He is. He's amazing. We love Zephyr.
I look forward to meeting him someday.
Cool. Okay. Oh, yay. Story thing. Rinwell, Silver Sword. Yes, increase max AG. What other things can we buy? Oh, come on, give me a fire spell. Bollocks. Want to become famous? Buy followers on this site that will definitely not give you 3 viruses. Very good. Gale Force. Detonates a pocket of compressed air right in front of Rinwell. Oh, I don't have any SP. Plus, it performs a surging dive with a water splash. Ooh, that's cool. Oh, that's very useful. Oh. Oh, I don't have points. Oh. That sucks. Yes, you do, Sai. Very good. But you have to have some weird symbols in there as well, like they always do.
Alright, let's head into town and see what the fuss is.
Oh god. Always love a good joint. Great work gathering all of them.
Looks like we get to sleep with a roof over our heads.
Oh yeah, I actually need to eat food, and there's also the... Hello. What are you doing in the corner? Yeah, well, I've got plenty of food. And I'm not sharing! Right, let's... I should probably rest, actually. Yes, and I could make food. Right, what are we gonna make? Heal HP after battle, defense up obtained. Yeah, let's make a vegetable soup, a rare or Alphen. Right.
This is great. The taste and aroma will blow everyone away.
Well, I'm blown away. I love how she's saying any bleeding will result in loss of body heat, but she completely disregards the fact that the loss of blood is probably worse. I mean, you could bleed out, but make sure that you're at least warm. As a friend of mine, whatever you need, I'm happy to sell it. I want to buy lettuce. Zoogle skin armor? No. Zoogle skin dress? No. Because nothing that's interesting me so far. Forge weapon, maybe? No, I've already got the strongest. What about... Ooh, I can make... No, I can't make that. Poop. I can't make that either. Oh. I should probably create an accessory, but I want something... Very good. Very good, Sai. That's more believable. Keep working on it. No, he doesn't have anything I really want to sell. Someone should have gone to Specsavers. That's a optician branch in the UK, Sai, or anyone else that just doesn't know what I've just mentioned. Right, let's leave. You will never get that 6 minutes back. Right, the Silver Swords.
Have you and Menek known each other for long, Rinwell?
No, not really. I haven't been with the Silver Swords for all that long, truth be told. He's a smart guy, but he's also deeply suspicious of other people. I can understand, since that's how you get to survive around here.
Mm-hmm.
Really? I could tell he was wary of us at first, but he seemed to warm up to us pretty quickly once we talked to him.
Hey, you're in the
That's
UK, aren't you,
pretty
Sai?
unusual for him. I think that's a sign of how desperate things have become. In my case, it took a long time for him to start trusting me.
I
But
trust
then again,
Bootle.
I kinda get where he's coming from.
I need to
You never
renew my
know who might
glasses.
betray the group.
I got
Or
mine from like an
Snake Eyes
independent
might be
optician
watching.
near my work. But
Why
Specsavers
did
is
you
good
join
because
up
they
with the
give you a
Silver
free
Swords in the
pair.
first place? This wasn't your hometown, so was it the Snake Eyes who?
No. It wasn't
Oh.
them. I just... Actually, we shouldn't stand around talking. People will start to suspect us.
See, I like
Let's keep
Rinwell's
moving.
glasses. Wonder if she got them from Specsavers. Right, so what are we doing? Gather information on Zephyr. There's an alley there, Navira snow plains, and various other bits. You do. I want to find other shops. There's the alley. Hello. Yeah, he's got a point. Yeah, also, both of them have got a point. Oh, can we not go in this sewer? No. I love this game so much. I just want to get into battles, because it's just so addictive. Silver Sword, that's a hideout. Okay, we don't want to go there. Not sure where I'm going. Oh wow, that's pretty. Save the turtles, because if
So
we don't
that's
run
where
out
those
turtles.
beams of light have been coming from.
Right. Any Danans accused of dissent against Cyslodia's lord are rounded up and brought here, then put to work. It's a fierce deterrent.
And you think Zephyr might be in there with them?
I want to see what the lights are all pointing towards. Take us there.
You're a virus, Sai, you really are.
You can see where the floodlights converge from all the way over here.
I want to take a closer look. There's something I need to confirm.
What could...
Right. Skip.
Be careful. If anyone's even a little suspicious of us, they'll report us immediately.
Right. It's not just Snake Eyes we need to watch out for, but other Danans too. Still, there are a fair amount of people out on the streets. Isn't it safer to stay at home?
That's the thing. If you stay cooped up too long, people start to suspect you're
Oh, you
hiding
can't win,
something.
can you?
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
So people feel like they have no choice but to turn others in so they don't get in trouble. What a miserable way to live.
North Korea functions like this.
We should probably go someplace where there aren't so many...
Ooh, excuse me.
Shion!
We already stick out here like a sore thumb as it is.
Yeah, with that dress as well.
So I think it's better if we just walk confidently out in the open. Don't look anxious. Just walk firmly and look like you have a destination in mind.
What, is sticking to the plan too much of a hassle for her? This is why Renans are the worst.
I don't know if it's a Renan thing or not, but she does have a point.
She does.
Anyway, we're not gonna get anywhere just standing around. Let's follow after her.
Nice. Okay, so I think we'll just need to. So we need to find out what's going on with those lights. We also then need to find Zephyr, who we think is in the lighthouse or in one of those lighthouses. Do not be a slacker.
Everybody walking around looks so depressed.
I wonder
Can
why.
you blame them? They live under the cover of darkness day and night. It's bound to wear you down.
Not to mention all the snake eyes roaming around. Laughing, talking too loud, or just about anything that makes you stand out can get you killed.
Oh, hello. What's here? Oh. Apple gel. Nice. So where does this take us? Oh, question mark. I don't want to zone just yet. That's the snow plains. Wait, where it... Oh, this is the main gate that we tried to... Must be in the floodlights we come on that. Uh-oh. No, I don't want to be in the floodlights. I wonder if I can exit here. No. Okay. It's always worth checking. Right, let's see what we've got here. Okay, so that takes us to the alley, and then we need to go there. Right, this is probably a good place to call it. I did say at the beginning it was going to be a short stream. I've got a few things to do and then get ready for work tomorrow. Great, but at least it's Wednesday, so midweek. But I know, Sai, this bland streamer has to get his rest. I'm going to get my beauty sleep. Not unless I hibernate for 1,000 years, it's not going to make much difference. But anywho, yes, I would play this game. Peace, virtual hug to you too, Sai. Virtual hug to you too. But yes, I would play this game for many, many hours. Really, I absolutely love it. But let's make a hard save. I just want to keep playing the game. It's just so relaxing. I haven't been into a JRPG since... When was the last JRPG I played? I think it was Final Fantasy 15 Royal Edition, but that was ages ago. Trying to think about before then. I can't remember. But it's just been nice being able to relax. You know, with a high quality game like this. It's good. Really, really good. But yes, I do have stuff to do. I am going to have to leave you. But you can always watch Ninja. You know, you can watch Dr. Disrespect. You know, all these highly, highly sober streamers who will interact with you and only you. I mean, look, Sai, how much attention did I give you today? You literally dominated my attention this stream. You wouldn't get that with Ninja. You'd have to donate real money. I'm not even asking for money and I'm interacting with you. You're very privileged. Right, on that note, before I embarrass myself any further, I shall call it an episode here. Yes, maybe. Yes. And on that note, I shall see you maybe tomorrow. Yes, I'm definitely going to be streaming again tomorrow, so I will see you then. Bye-bye.